Hello!
Hi.
Please stop that sound bed again. Even that's the intro for all of that.
I think so.
Jesus. Well,
I haven't done this for a while.
So, no point really explaining it. You can tell from the title, it's the exact same thing, except with Gen 3 Pokemon now. So we're going to do our favorite Generation 3 Pokemon, starting with our favorite starter. You go, Andrew.
Right, I'm going with Blaziken. Because, but I think it's somewhat, just because I like the others less, quite simply. It's not amazing, but I do quite like his design. He's one of the few fighting Pokemon which I really think suits the design. And doesn't like overdo it like Sock or the other master then. Yeah, but what do you call those in the
No idea.
Oh. But yeah, he looks awesome. He's got the best ability out of a lot, I think, with yep. And yeah, that's about it. Old school fighting fire.
Well, I guess I'll go next, because I went last time and I haven't been second yet, I don't think. My favourite starter is Sceptile. And I choose Sceptile because, I didn't, Generation 3, I did not play when it first came out, much like many other people, because everyone just kind of got Pokemon out by Generation 3. So Blaziken isn't as original to me as to other people, because my first firefighting starter was Infernape. So whereas most people see Infernape and Emboar as rip-offs of Blaziken, I see Infernape as the original one, even though I know it's not the case, but that's just how it feels to me because of the order I played the games. So I'm not a big fan of Blaziken, even though I do admit it's got cool design, and the other one we will get onto. But my favourite has always been Sceptile, mainly because of the anime. Ash's, less so when it was a Trico, if it was ever a Trico, I can't entirely remember. But as a Grovyle and as a Sceptile, it was badass. I always thought it was so cool. Because it was like a gecko ninja. And it always had that little stick coming out of its mouth. It just looked really awesome to me.
And it landed and taken down below on the dark row.
It did. And it's just, Sceptile's always been really cool to me. Obviously, I like ninjas. Because who doesn't like ninjas? But, yeah, it just sort of feels like a ninja gecko thing. Way before Greninja was a ninja. I was going to say Ninja Gecko again, but it's a Ninja Frog. And either way, it was its signature move before they started giving it to other Pokemon was Leaf Blade, and I mean, come on, that's just epic. It has blades on its wrists made of leaf. But mainly, I don't know, I just think it's a cool Pokemon. It was also, Trico was my first ever shiny Pokemon that wasn't scripted, so that's pretty cool. Even though Shiny Sceptile is kind of iffy, Shiny Mega Sceptile is pretty cool. But yeah, I just think Sceptile's pretty damn awesome.
Okay, my favourite for Gen 3 is also Sceptile. Because of the design, but also because of the camera. I agree with your point there, because you know, awesome. Yeah, as a general, I don't like these people just for the games, but this is the only one that I can think I've got now. But is the exception. I do like it.
It's like the obvious connection. I've never heard them called youth Pokemon before.
Especially my way.
So I guess it's on to Andrew's favourite legendary Pokemon.
I don't think I'm alone on this one. Rayquaza. He's a big badass dragon. He fights aliens, and his design is awesome. His mega is awesome. He's the only thing that mega evolves without holding the item. So he's the only mega that gets to hold something completely different to make it set with. And it's incredibly powerful and generally wrecks everything. I don't think there's much else to say other than he looks badass and generally is badass. Yeah, I'm done.
Well, my favourite Pokemon is Deoxys. Or Deoxys, I don't entirely know how to pronounce it. I like saying Deoxys. And that's just because I used to be massively into science, and Deoxys is sort of built like a DNA strand with some sort of weird space virus alien thing. So the concept of it is a little iffy, but I really like Deoxys just because it was, I don't know, I just think it's pretty cool. It's basically like third gen Mewtwo. I sort of see it. It's got sort of the same stance and everything. And I don't know. I mean, I like the other legend. Well, I don't like many of the other legendaries. What I meant to say. I like a few of them, but I don't like many of them in Gen 3. So for me, there was only like 3 or 4 to pick from. But Deoxys is the clear winner for me because it's got a cool design, it's got a cool concept, and not to mention the fact that it can switch forms. I think speed form or attack form are my favourite designs personally. And I mean, yeah, it's about it. It's a kick-ass psychic type, and it's a virus alien thing.
One thing that does bug me about the form, the speed form, is essentially what everyone wants his normal form to be. Because, like, the normal form isn't actually that good at anything. Whereas, if you want him to be a sweeper, he gains the speed, he gains the attack in both stats, and he just loses the stuff that he never needed. Which makes his original form a bit redundant, I think. That's the only thing that bugs me about him.
Yeah, but I do remember hearing that the speed form is more balanced than normal form somewhere, which it's something like that, or at least in someone's opinion. I need to check that again, but I remember hearing it. I thought it was pretty funny.
Plus, it's gonna take more hits as his normal form, but it's just not as good as sleeping as one to do.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. Either way, I quite like the Axes, and like I said, I don't like many of the Gen 3 legendaries to begin with, so it's more of a I don't know. I want to say best of a bad situation, but it's not quite that. I do still like it, but you get what I mean. I don't. This particular favorite legendary is not quite as good as my other favorite legendaries. Richard?
Okay, Freedom the Andy's not the only one. My choice is Rayquaza. Mainly because of the design, we love the design. And general badass, we definitely is him. But also, I find his mega. It's just.
I noticed when I mentioned it, you looked surprised about his mega evolving without the Hellbite anything. Yeah, he swallows his next stone so he can hold completely different item when he mega evolves.
I mean, like story-wise as well.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'll change it in the future gameplay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll have to have some story plays and follow its next stone.
Yeah. So, general badass.
And it also does a thing that I'm pretty sure you're a fan of, where it's shiny form is just black.
I don't know why, but plain black looks badass.
I'm going to imagine your favorite shiny list, which that's going to be a thing. Favorite shinies and favorite mega evolutions after we've done 6th gen.
That was awesome.
I imagine. Yeah, I'm going to imagine like some like Charizard, Rayquaza, Greninja, Haxorus, and I don't know. So I can't think of it on the top of my head.
Maybe that's very obvious.
4.
No, it's definitely.
Oh.
Haxorus the one you did. like what to do.
I think I've got time there since we're knocking these out, what, maybe 2 videos a month. I think we've got plenty of time before we get to Gen 6.
Andrew, would you like to give your number 5?
Yes, we're going to phone the phone. Right, my number 5 favourite is Shiftry. It was Gardevoir, right, up until the moment before we made this. His design is just, there's something about it. He looks a bit weird, but he's one of the Pokemon I really like for his looking weird. His typing is pretty cool. I'm one of those players who knows a lot about, a lot of what they know about Pokemon through the TCG, and Shiftry is pretty good in that as well. And yeah, there's, not having played before Gen 6 makes this a lot trickier. But yeah, Shiftry looks awesome, and I like him.
Well, my number 5 pick is another grass type in Cacturn. So, actually, he's grass type as well, isn't he?
Yes.
Either way, aside from the fact that he's meant to be a scarecrow and yet weak to flying, that bit still kind of bugs me, but I do find a little bit of humor in it. I've always liked the Cacnea, well, I was going to say Cacnea family, it's just Cacnea and Cacturn. I do quite like them, and I've never really been sure why. It's possibly because James had a Cacnea in the anime, and I like James, even though he used Victory Bell. But he also used Weezing. Yeah, I quite like a few of the Pokemon Team Rocket use, and if I don't like them, I generally hate them. But
I'm just curious now.
I stopped watching the anime with Gen 3, so I didn't know Team Rocket use them. But I won't spoil when Malamar goes on my list. Either way, Cacturn always had sort of a cool design for me, and I like dark types, and I don't have a problem with grass types, despite the fact what my last 2 least favorite starters might say. But yeah, I always have loved his design because I like creepy shit, and for some reason, he kind of reminds me of the Hoodlums from Rayman 3 because they sort of used scarecrow bodies to move around and shit. And I was a big fan of Rayman 3, so that probably plays into it at least a little bit because whenever I see Cacturn, I think of Hoodlums. At least in their scarecrow bodies, not the little black dots. But yeah, there's not much else reason to be honest. I like it, and its Pokédex entries are creepy as fuck as well. Richard?
Okay, my number 5 is Zangoose. No particular reason why, but it's nice as I tried to it's normal. I've just looked it up. It's an interesting description of it. It's a cat bent.
I thought it was Among Us.
That's what I thought. It has mongoose traits as well as cat, but they describe it as a species of cat ferret Pokemon.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Weird. Especially considering its rival is Survivor. It
Yeah.
makes so much more sense for it to just actually be Among Us.
Yeah. It's interesting that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice one to put on the list because you can't, I can't be doing anything wrong with it. I think we can really like it stuff.
To be fair, like I haven't brought this up since we did the Gen 1 list. The whole if this was a top 10 there'd be more Pokemon on it. Zangoose would definitely be in my top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting one. The more we know. Because they go faster then.
I like its shiny form. The pink, the white stays the same, the pink part's jumping.
yeah, that's fine.
Right then, number 4 is Shedinja. His gimmick is fantastic, I think. It is a bit annoying if you learned about it while trying to catch one, like I did. But, or rather evolved you and harder into one. But either way, uh, his ability and health make him a really unique idea for a Pokemon. Some of the things that people have done with his one. Oh wait, no, I've got some other people who think it's I'm not. Still swap shenanigans with it. But either way, invincible Shedinja ideas uh, um, all over the place, and I find them frankly hilarious. He takes a lot of investment to get to that point. But yeah, unique concept, cool design. Some issues with the lore, but as Nathan likes to say, it's probably just a urban legend thing. Yeah, I quite like it.
Well, you know what? I'm going to immediately start elaborating because my number 4 slot is also Shedinja. So, I mean, it's pretty much everything Andrew said. It's a really unique Pokemon, and it sort of sucks, in my opinion. I haven't made another Pokemon similar to it, like another Pokemon that has the same ability. But, you know, I mean, if they made a bunch of Pokemon like it, then it wouldn't be unique anymore.
Yeah.
Same with the whole thing how before Gen 6, the combination of Dark and Ghost had no weakness, and Sableye and Spiritomb were the only ones. And it's like, why don't they make more? Well, on top of it being a bit overpowered, to have a bunch of Pokemon with no weakness, it would also sort of make it less special. But yeah, it's kind of bums me out that they don't have no Pokemon that can naturally have Shedinja ability, which I can't remember the name of it. Wonder Guard. But at the same time, if they did, it would make Shedinja itself less special. But like Andrew said, there are a bunch of shenanigans you can pull with it, like
and the T-Wave safety goggles. For entry hazards and weather immunity. The T-Wave to give him paralysis, so he doesn't take damage, but can't get status again.
Yeah. I mean, one of my personal favorite things is make it use, like, this obviously only works in triple battles, but use Soak on it to make it watertight. That way it only has 2 weaknesses, and have another Pokemon with Lightning Rod to negate one of those weaknesses.
You could have I don't know if this is possible, but there might be a chance for a following Saxophone.
Yeah. You can also, if you have another Pokemon with ability swap, I think you can ability swap a different ability onto it, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you wanted to.
No, I think Wonder Guard is one of the exceptions to
Is it?
swappable things, because I know you can't use skill swap and stuff with it.
Oh, well, I might have to look that up, but I don't know why you'd want to give it a different ability, but you could give, if it's possible, they can give Wonder Guard something else, which is nice. In thinking of it, my my Alpha Sapphire team could actually fit Shedinja really nicely, because I have a Golduck that knows Soak, and Mega Sceptile has Lightning Rod. Well, actually, my Golduck doesn't know Soak anymore, because HMs. That's another problem I have with Generation 3 in general, but that's not what I'm talking about. Shedinja's a really unique Pokemon, and whether it's actually good or not, don't know, but it's definitely a fun Pokemon to use.
Plus, the final one shot Shedinja, hilarious, where you just give him life orb.
No, well, I mean, you stated all the basic points, I just had to drag it out for another 9 minutes.
Right then, my number 4.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Went on a tangent. This tends to be what happens in these bits. Yeah, my number 4 pick is Absol. Again, because I love the design. Generally, a good Pokemon. it's an easy one to use. I've just been looking at it. This mega evolution goes for email. Like it's free, just go pretty much what Michael just said.
And then you get asymmetric head decorations as well.
Yes. And then I've just looked at the shiny version with all the dark blue bits on there. Which is impressive. With the sound, but yeah. There's a Pokemon.
And guys, I'm back to Mega Evolve.
The wings bug me up. Like when you Mega Evolves and gets wings, which you never use them.
It doesn't turn into a flying plane.
Yeah.
Dark Fairy might be an interesting play.
Yeah.
And you should be able to finally get wings because that would turn. He is the disaster Pokemon, and it would turn him into even more of something
Yeah, but
resembling
then
an
you get
angel.
a bit closer to it. Yeah. So it's again a bit closer to Angel.
Probably, I think that would be a cool direction for him to go in.
Yeah, I'm used to that at first, but even.
I don't know any angels that don't exist.
Moving on! That's my choice now. Whoever's next.
Right, my number 3 is X-Cloud. Because that for if Pokemon describes their names is amazing. You just gotta look. Ah! I might take a moment to begin my
I composed it once. I'd like it back.
It was nice. Right. I just like his design. To the best of my knowledge, he's one of the very sort of short, staffed, and bulky Pokemon that I like the look of. Just ignore the next two Pokemon on my list when you're thinking about that. He's got a fairly cool concept, I think. A speaker Pokemon is certainly something I wouldn't consider.
Doesn't Nova and Noibat have that sort of same concept?
Yeah. I should consider those. Well, those are also going to be my favourite. So.
I mean, then again, that is only 2 lines in the entire 700 plus Pokemon.
720.
721 if you count Volcanion.
I haven't done who transfer 720.
721, I was counting. It was 719 before the 3 event legendaries.
Okay. But yeah, X-Cloud, bookstore.
718 rather. I did my math wrong.
Pokemon Striver shouts, and yeah. Also, normal fighting is not something I see on my favourite very often.
But I don't think. I mean, I think Richard Zangu from Rich Web might be the first normal type to that on favourite list. I believe.
Awesome. And yeah, I'm done.
Okie dokie. My third place spot goes to Claydol. Since I was a kid, I always had a weird attraction to to Baltoy more than Claydol. But thanks to just sort of playing the games a bit more and also Chigakamroy's Pokemon Gale of Darkness Let's Play, I sort of grew more of an attachment to Baltoy. I didn't like its design at first, like at least not more than Claydol's design, but it's grown on me quite a lot. The only thing that does still bug me a little bit is the multiple eyes, but I mean, it's still a nice design. It still looks quite like an ancient statue sort of thing with the markings as I inspired it. And I mean, it's a fairly defensive Pokemon with some cool moves, and it can levitate. So yeah, I mean, levitate's never a bad ability really. And there was something else that I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, ground type. It's ground type. Yeah.
I'm really going to be able to play all that.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think I've gone a list so far without having a ground type on there, and Clay Doll is my Generation 3 ground type. Richard?
Right. My third place is Tropius. What species would you guys say that is? This will be kind of our last.
Well, it is a cross between dinosaur and a banana tree, so.
I thought it was Dragon and Banana Tree.
This is a fruit Pokemon.
Oh yeah, we know.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I didn't think so.
Well, I mean, he does have a banana beard.
Did not notice that one. To be fair. Yeah, that made me check a little bit. Good Pokemon.
You could find another joke in having bananas at both proximity to the throat.
I was thinking that's Tropius.
I think Tropius, I think that technically, like, sort of makes Tropius the first food Pokemon. Yeah. Just because he has food on his body. I mean, if not, then it's Cherokee or whatever.
Yeah, that's my choice because at the end of the day, it still looks quite cool. Well, I can't look at it. Fucking hell, no, they're bananas, man. Oh god, but yeah, it's a nice looking Pokemon. Again, grass and fine, not bad. I like grass.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, one of the ones mainly based on design, but the fact that it's grass as well is useful because I think it's a general rule if I don't have fire, grass. I don't really have a good fire.
Yeah. To be fair, I would say Tropius is pretty underrated.
Yeah.
Because it's no one of the Pokemon that's like, it's hard to get, but it doesn't pay off quite as much as you'd like it to. But at the same time, it's not awful. It's a pretty cool looking design.
I don't know, I think he would just look weird without the bananas. And again, he looks weird with the bananas, so I think it's a lose-lose situation.
No, I think he'd look more like a Stegosaurus without bananas. I mean, that's sort of the I'm guessing there is.
Well, like the Brontosaurus. Stegosaurus is the
Monster type there.
Yeah, I don't mean it. Oh, fuck. No,
Brontosaurus is technically going to this either.
yeah. I can't remember the proper term for them.
Neither can I.
Yeah.
I should be considering how recently watched Jurassic World. Yeah. I really, really should remember that. But, right, my number 2 is Crawdon. Going along with the precedent I just set with Exploud, short, stocky, a Pokemon that I like as opposed to most of the other ones. The starfish on his head is a bit weird, but
no, starfish is I'm joking.
But yeah, I like his typing. I'm not entirely sure why. There's just something about Crawdon overall that gets me. And it's difficult to explain past that, really.
It really looks like it needs a middle stage between Corpus and Crawdon.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Because it just jumps from tiny, friendly looking, cute little thing to massive, dark ass fucking demon crap.
But yeah, I'm done with Crawdon.
Fair enough. Well then, I don't remember what place it had on your list. I think it's 5th, right? Shifter. Yes. My number 2 is Shifter, and I mean, I always found it quite cool. A lot of the Gen 3 Pokemon are just ones that I either found cool as a kid or, like, with the exception of Claydol and Shedinja, they're ones that I've always liked because haven't done much exploring with Generation 3 because it's not my personal favorite generation, to put it nicely. Yeah, Shift 3, mainly because of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, the first one's Red and Blue Rescue Team. He was the leader of the Dickface team, I believe. No, wait, that was Gengar. He was the leader of like this really popular, successful rescue team, and there were things like I think he fought a Zapdos, and he tried and like no. You come across a Zapdos in a dungeon, and you need to get Shifter's help because his leaf fans for hands are so powerful that they can blow away thunderclouds or something like that. Either way, it's badass, and I will agree with Andrew, it's got a bit of a weird design, although I didn't think that until I saw its 3D model for the 6th-gen games, where I found out it has quite a large mouth under the beard, like when it opens. That was always, well, not beard, but white fuzz. But other than that, I find it pretty cool, and the white hair in general doesn't make me think of Super Saiyan 3. And I love Dragon Ball Z. And Super Saiyan 3, apart from Super Saiyan 4, is my favourite transformation design-wise. Actually, that's not saying much. Sort of. Never mind, I like Chipper because it just sort of looks like a white-haired Super Saiyan 3. Or Raditz. I like Raditz. Raditz is cool. They have Raditz. Good damage.
Okay, so my next choice is Salamence. Man, because Dragon Pokemon looks awesome. Again, this Mega Evolution is awesome, but I can't quite think it's the size of it.
Yeah, I never actually thought of that before, but damn.
Yeah. It's shiny. I thought maybe just ignore it. It looks good, but it turns the blue green and the wings orange. It makes me think of a New Year's Eve Chinese dragon.
Actually, one thing before you go on, I just thought, isn't the red like crescent shape the rebellion sign, and the imperial sign's like a weird circle hexagon thing? I'm pretty sure it is actually.
Honorable mention.
No, you're right. I remember seeing it on the X-Wing fight.
Yeah. Which I was just thinking it's the one on Luke's chest or chest plate or whatever.
Nothing with my thoughts.
Can't believe I forgot that.
Yeah, I probably remember.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Ah, Jesus Christ! Imagine if you did look like an imperial sign.
Don't you think it's a bad like
Well, then you know what now? Cryogonal turtle looks like someone at Pokemon is Star Wars fan.
Okay, so I'll say that back. Salamence Mega Evolution looks like a something better. It still looks awesome. You can't say that to Dragon now.
Well, but the typing does feel a bit redundant to me.
Dragon 5.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I think Dragon 5 is just really good.
You know what, though? Dragon, I will say, is a... While I might not personally like every dragon, Dragon is the only one where the typing hasn't really had a bad design except for, like, one or two. Those one or two being Trigon and Dragonite.
And Elgon. I would add Elgon to that list.
I've got a soft spot for Dragon. That it, Richard?
I mean, Daddy.
You went to Andrew's number one.
I really should be able to remember what my number one spot is. Ah, yes. This one actually surprised me quite a lot, and I think it might surprise you too as well. It's Hariyama.
Huh. Yeah, that is quite surprising.
Continuing the trend that I've set with my number 3 and 2, it's another big stocky Pokemon. Considering I tend to like the very sleek sort of designs, it's it's quite a change for me. But it's just something about him. He's competitively viable with his Guts ability and Flame Ward. He looks quite cool to me, and I'm not entirely sure why, given my normal preferences. It's one of the few occasions where a plain fighting type is really appealing to me. Yeah, it's just another case where I find it a bit tricky to explain. There's just really something about him that appeals to me. So yeah, like that.
Do you know the weird thing about Haryana and Makuhita?
What?
Makuhita has a lower catch rate than Haryana.
Really?
I'm not sure what the catch rates are, I just know that Makuhita's catch rate is lower than Haryana. Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought you'd like to know.
I'd like to know.
But anyway,
All of that raises questions in my head that I'll have to think about.
Anyway, my number 1 spot is another Pokemon that has already been mentioned, this time on Richard's list, Absol. How could I not like the first emo Pokemon? Let's be honest. But on top of that little gag, it is quite a cool little design, and I do like the thing behind it how it's like a disaster Pokemon. Although I think the anime tried to say that Absol is not actually the bringer of disasters, it just likes to try and warn people about disasters, and because it can't communicate properly with people, the disaster happens and everyone blames it on Absol. But either way, I like it. It's a pure dark type. It looks really cool. The contrast with the dark blue / black face with the white fur. The scythe on the side of its head is cool. It's another, along with Shedinja, it's another Pokemon returning from my original top 10 favorite Pokemon list, which was dreadful. But either way, its design's pretty cool. Its stats aren't bad. Its Mega Evolution looks awesome. I don't have a bad word to say about it, to be honest. It probably, if I were to remake just a straight top 10 Pokemon list again, it would definitely make the cut.
I would like to add that he's like an honorary 6th or 7th place for me.
Yeah.
Just because it's not a top 10, so he can't be here for me, sadly.
Yeah.
But if there are a couple more slots, maybe even just one more slot, he would have featured. For all the same reasons you said.
Well, the last Pokemon we cover is Richard's number 1 pick.
Yeah, my final one is Agron. Based mainly on design because it looks like a badass. Also the fact it's still up type isn't bad. A few good experiences with it. That might be better too.
Sounds really, really strange. But like, there are some ways you could explain that. Maybe, like, completely random. I'm not entirely sure. But like, I've just had a few experiences with Steel and Rock.
Have you never heard of this Steel?
That is one of the
Have you
things
not
that
heard of a rock car?
and thank you for proving my point.
Right, to clear up for Andy's benefit, because nobody else probably really cares, is that I've had a few good experiences with Steel and Rock type Pokemon. There you go. It's a fucking game. Let's see. Also, he just gets caught on steroids with another evolution. Yeah. Well, forget about that. Just look at the action. Pokemon itself, he does have the design for it. Apologies. Yeah, I don't have a bad word to say. Yeah. Except for no, forget it. No, don't really have a bad word to say about it.
I also like his basic because he's the recycling gear Pokemon, which is just so much of a bitch. But yeah.
Yeah, Aggron is another one of those that if this were a top 10, would definitely make the list. But, 5 slots. Well, I suppose that's it then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So as we approach the 40-minute mark, I shall bid you adieu.